Happy Thursday, my crafty friends. We are back for another week of not content planning, good grief. We are going to do some crafting in our art of planning and journaling. We are doing another fun layout that I found on Pinterest today. And we are going to be using two major stencils. We're going to be using the long leaf stencils, and we're going to be using the sketch stencils. Now, before we get started, I wanted to kind of show you the layout that I put together. I know I showed you guys a leaf cutout with the stencils on Thursday, but I wanted to show you what we're going to actually be making next week. So I did it with pumpkins, and then I added some paper on the edge. On the other side of it is just some nice fun deco. I've used a bunch of different stuff that I had around stickers and paper that I have in my stash, and cleaning out my office, I found it. So what we're going to be doing with this, and I'll explain more of it next week, because the Art of Planning and Journaling only has 4 weeks in it, and I needed 5 weeks for planning this month. I grabbed a piece of the dot grid out of the dot grid insert. So I just took the staples out and I pulled this out of there. We are actually going to use this. I'm going to put it in like a tip in, and then we're going to use it next week. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that, but I did want to show you that last week I showed you guys the leaves. This next week we're going to be doing pumpkins. So I'm going to wait to decorate this part of it until we get to next week. But I did want to show you that instead of just doing leaves, you could do something fun like pumpkins as well. And then I opted to do some fun paper in the background, and you can do fun paper, or you could just leave it however you choose to do it. So that's what we're going to be doing next week. But this week, let's dive into what we've got going on. So this is another horizontal layout. And I'm also going to be using, I only have my stickers left or the date stickers left on my journal sheet. So we're going to use those today so that I can take that out of my background here. I've got a bunch of stickers shoved back here, and that was the last of the journal sheet. So I wanted to use that. But we are going to be doing another horizontal layout. So I'm going to find my brown marker, and we're going to start by outlining that. And I think I want to do a light brown shadow as well. So I'm going to grab that marker, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that in just a second. But there it is. It's like right on top. I'm like, where is my marker at? I am using, again, Staedtler fine liners, Stampin' Write markers, and Zig markers this month to do layouts in. So I've also had to do some different arrangements because I changed my office around. So I'm still trying to figure out what the best way is for me to be able to share things with you and still be able to reach all the things on my desk. So it's been an interesting process so far, but we're going to make it work. So here we go. All right, we're going to start just by outlining the boxes. So the boxes are 8 tall, and then I just took 8, like a square, 8 off of the side, and then made the little rectangles. So these are going to be for the days of the week. I'm just going to do one for each day. I could definitely do one together for the weekend and then have the other one be a to-do box, but I have the top available up here to be able to use as well. So I'm going to do that mainly because I want to use those stickers, and I hate just having like one sticker left on the sheet. That's not fun. So I'm going to go ahead and just outline our boxes. And then what I chose to do today for the deco portion of it is I grabbed the swatches, and I did swatches behind the leaves in each of the little sections. So as we start messing around with those today, we're going to put the swatches in the background and then the leaves over the top. So that's what we're going to spend time doing. And that marker is going to get in my, is not making me happy. It's like rolling around beside me. So we're going to do probably a lot of outlining here to begin with so that I can erase some marker lines as well. And I'm just using a stencil as a ruler for straight line purposes. But the other thing that we're going to do is add a little bit of shadow. And so to do that, we're not necessarily going to use a stencil or a ruler. We're going to kind of freehand those things. So just bear with me while I get my boxes lined out here. And hope you guys all are having a fantastic week. I am impatiently waiting for my November Art of Planning and Journaling insert and kit to get here. It was supposed to be here yesterday, and then we had a delay in mail, so it will not be here until today. And then I can start playing in it, which I'm super excited about. And in the meantime, we're going to finish out this one. So I'm really excited about being able to use the dot grid to add extra pages in my planner. It's going to be really helpful to be able to maintain, especially since this month happens to have 5 weeks, because October 31st is on a Thursday. So the majority of the week is in October. And so I was like, what am I going to do? There's only 4 weeks left in October. So we're going to do a Halloween spread for Halloween week, and we're just going to add it in using the dot grid, which I'm excited to try out. I am loving them too, Carol. I was sad when my leaf stencil broke, so happy that I was able to grab a new one and move forward with those. All right. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to trace. I'm definitely going to trace out my leaf with the brown, and then we'll probably do the other part with the color I'm going to do in the background. So I'll probably do each section at a time so that I can erase as I'm going. As I add bits and pieces to it. So let's see. This is good to be the fun part where I have to decide what colors I want to use. Always the best part, right? Colors. What colors do I want to use? And then I have to remember which way I traced them. Because I just traced them all in pencil to kind of get an idea of what I wanted to do. So it's like, that's not going to be fun. All right, now I need my eraser. We'll just do each section at a time. That way you guys can kind of watch it happen as I go. So that means we're going to grab our sticker. And the reason why I chose to do paint swatches was because I was going to do this with the monthlies. And so I wanted to be able to utilize like these stickers have paint swatches in the background. And so I was like, oh, that'll be nice to kind of tie it all together, because they'll have paint swatches on them from the back too, like from the stickers. So I think that will work well. Turn this all funny. It's just awkward as all trying to figure out a crafting space that I can use the recorder for, or what I can videotape, because of how I changed my office. All right. Nice little paint swatch. I'm going to grab a darker purple and do a little bit of shadowing behind the leaf, at least on the paint swatch part. There we go. All right, so I want to do probably let's do a pumpkin color. I was thinking too, like the other day, as I was thinking about getting my new kit, and I was like, I wonder what colors I'm going to be using. There's a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of brown in the new Tea in the Garden kit. I was like, I wonder what colors I'm going to be using, because right now I have a ton of colors to choose from and I love it. So I'm curious what colors I'm going to use in the future. And this marker has just about seen its last days, I feel. All right, so let's add our veining for our leaves. And then I'm going to use a darker brown to fill that in. Yeah, the vacuum is fun. Work on top of piles most of the time, so it wouldn't help me much. They don't have to all match. Just pick one you like and use those consistently. Yeah, doesn't work for me. It has to match. I don't know why. It's just a thing. It has to match the theme. The colors have to match. So like I go through and color swatch. Like I grab all my markers and lay them out, and then I color swatch them so that I can match the kit with the stickers and all of that stuff. I don't know. It's just a me thing, I guess. But yeah, they all have to match. All right, so I'm going to add the first little bit of shading to this box. So this is how you add like some shadow shading. You only do two sides, and you usually pick the one side, and then you're going to do shading like this. There we go. And there's our first little leaf. All right, moving on to the next one. I'm going to put those markers aside. So I've already used the purple. Let's see. How about we do a pink swatch behind? So let me grab my pink pen. I actually took an interior design class in college. I didn't love it. Was not my favorite. I mean, it was okay for a minute, but all right, grab our leaf shape so you can trace that. I'm just going to use the brown again, because we're going to do oranges and browns in our leaves. I was actually thinking like a maroon color for this one, I think. For this particular one. All right, let's vacuum. I did learn color coordination from that, but I've also learned color coordination from my amazing Stampin' Up! Friends because they know how to put colors together. So I do follow along with other direct sales people and crafty people that do amazing things. Let's see. I think I want to do a maroon color. This one. This leaf. The trees across from my house are starting to change colors, and I have 0 trees in my yard, but every year I manage to have to go out and rake leaves, and I'm still not quite sure how that happens when I don't have this single tree in my yard. But the tree across the street is absolutely gorgeous. It's got oranges and these maroon colors and bright reds and yellows, and it's beautiful, and I love it. I do like the colors of fall for sure. Although I would prefer to have the colors of fall in summer. That would be even better. For sure. Because I love rusts and browns and neutrals, but I am very much I love summer girl. I do also like sweaters and boots, but I don't like being cold. So there's that. And okay, let's color in our swatch. And I think I have a little darker pink to do our also I need to do this and this because I didn't add the little shadow on this part. There we go. All right, it's the little things, you guys, the little things. All right, let's add our veining for this one. These little leaves are fun. Little maple leaves for all of my Canadian friends. And I don't know where I learned this thing about maple leaves, but like we think that they just have like, I mean, it would assume that they would just have veining like going to the points of the leaves, but they really kind of have veining through the whole thing. So like it's okay for you to, even if it doesn't go to a point on the leaf, you can add veining to it because maple leaves don't like to just have veining there. They put it everywhere. Do I use the same color for all the shadows? I probably will this time, mainly because I want it to kind of exist. Like I want the leaves shadowing to be like the paper shadowing. But like the coloring that's going to go on my color swatches, the shadowing is going to be a darker version of the color that it's on it. So like This one's going to be a darker pink. And then I'll have like the rest of this will be like this color. But only on one side. And there. All right, now I'm going to grab my Tuesday sticker. Come on, Tuesday sticker. Okay, there's Tuesday. Wednesday is a double leaf, and that one is actually off of the stencil that came with the kit. So we're going to do a double leaf with a bigger paint blob behind them. And okay, and then I swatch. I think I want to do, excuse me, these colors. So I'm going to grab this blue. And here we go. Doing my little paint swatches. And get out my eraser. Sorry for the shaking, friends. All right. I need a second orange color. This is like my go-to color for pumpkins for this month. It's been this orange color. It's actually called apricot, which is kind of just kind of funny since it's supposed to be a pumpkin and then I'm matching it to a fruit instead. It's fine. And I'm pretty sure it could be argued that a pumpkin is a fruit because it has seeds. We'll do a darker brown behind. Oh, it doesn't shake for you guys. Like when I'm erasing, like my whole camera is shaking. So I'm glad that it doesn't make all kinds of shaking for you. I really love this blue color. And this is actually not the color I originally started out with. when I did color swatch for this. It was a denim color, but my denim color died. All the more reason to go marker shopping. I had a lot of my markers for a very long time. Coloring paint swatches is like watching paint dry. Not very satisfying. Actually had to do that in my office. I felt like I was like, okay, hurry up and get dry so I can do the next step. All right, so put those aside. Then we'll do our stems. And this one. Get our dark brown and color in our little leaf stem. And I do have a darker blue for the shadows. I feel like I need to get some white out here. Not like white out, but some white out. My white marker out. And Wednesday. I am not either, Joy. I do not normally like the horizontal layouts. I'm very much a vertical person, but having time to like play in this layout or in this dot grid has been kind of fun because vertical layouts can be kind of boring sometimes. So I'm excited to like just try something new just for the sake of doing something new. Let's see. This one. What colors do I want to do this time, friends? Ooh, we did a purple before, but let's do a little darker purple. So I have a purple and a brown. Figure out which direction this leaf is. There we go. So the fun thing is you can flip your stencils over and get a completely different, even though it's the exact same shape, it just looks different on the paper. Oh, my son's just walked in the back door. And all right, here we go. In case you guys didn't know this, I'm not a huge purple fan, but I think that purple in fall is pretty. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm letting out all kinds of secrets. So my membership group and my teammates pretty much know that I am not a huge lover of the micro. I still am not. But I use it for a wallet. And so I took a picture of it yesterday and shared it on my profile. And people were like, oh, look at you, you converted. Well, I'm just using it for a wallet. It's not an actual planner. Like, I'm not decorating in it. I'm not spending time playing in it. It's only functional as a wallet. But I did show it in a picture in the wild and not in my office, chilling on the shelf. So there's that. Same thing goes with purple. Every once in a while, you'll catch me playing with purple. Not very often, but it happens to fit very nicely with this fall layout and the colors in the kit. So I opted to use it this time. I'm excited to see what the next one is going to be like. I feel like I just get the one for the month for like November. I just get it. And then I'm like, ooh, what's the next one going to be? Just because it's fun. And I do like what she's been doing so far. Like the tea in the garden is going to be so fun. The teacups, you can decorate all kinds of different ways. I'm excited. I wish sometimes that I could like freehand like flowers and stuff. It'd be really cute to do like florals on the teacup stencil. Well, maybe I'll have to like try that out and see if I can make it work. All right. There is our brown. Oh, I don't know why it just did balloons. That's funny. That's very odd. I didn't even tell it peace sign or anything. It's being very strange. Yep, I definitely feel like I need to get my white marker out. No subscriptions. And the reason why we're not doing subscriptions is because it wouldn't allow you to do extra things like the deco kits and all of those things that go with it. And then you would be paying shipping twice. And then people would get upset about that. So that's why we're not doing it as a subscription, because we like to have all the extras and we want people to to want to get the extras without having to pay the shipping twice. So there is a reason behind it. We're thinking of you guys. And a lot of the people that get the P&J, they end up getting like the extra marker, or not markers, like the journal stickers and those kinds of things. So I understand why she did it. All right, while I have this out, let's just go ahead and do this part before I start the next one. I'll add my Friday sticker on here. And then we will do our leaves. So it looks like I did 2 leaves on this one as well. So let's do that first. And I need to change the placement of it just a little bit. So I'm going to have lots of pencil to erase this time. There we go. And that. And it is, I have to figure out which one of these is this one is the swatch. Okay, I might have to start reusing some colors. Oh, I have some gray left. Oh, I have some light blue too. Let's do light blue. Yes. Let's do the light blue one. There we go. And we'll do some erasing so we can actually see our lines. And colors. What colors do I want to use for this one? Keep looking up there to see if you guys are asking me any other questions. Sometimes it's kind of boring to sit here and watch me color leaves and do layouts because I get to concentrating and then forget that I have people here watching me color. We're gonna have to reuse some colors because I feel like we have a couple more leaves to go. And I don't have any other color combinations left. I do have a gray, so we're going to use some gray, but I need to grab an orange or a purple or something to go in the background. I might have a purple. for my leaves. Isn't the maple leaf fun? No yellows. I did not pull any yellows because there's actually no yellows in this kit, surprisingly enough. So I don't have any yellows to use. I mean, I could probably get my marker stash out and add yellow, but I try to stay true to the color palette as is. I know it makes it boring, but if you ever look at people who do like what's the word I'm looking for? That do bullet journaling, like once they pick a color palette, pretty much everything in that particular realm in their pages in their bullet journal are those colors. And that's kind of why, like when I pick a color palette, I try to stay true to it throughout the duration of the month, because I am trying to stay true to that bullet journal mentality. I know it's weird. It's just a thing. Just why, like when I do my pen test at the beginning, I have a specific place that I keep all of those markers so that I only use those markers while I'm playing in the kit. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just a me thing, I think, because I don't think anybody else does that necessarily. I think they just say, oh, I want to decorate with these colors today, and so they do. I have a tendency to gravitate towards just the colors that are in the kit and add nothing else in there. And I gotta move this down so that I can trace this leaf. I'm like, where's the little one? There it is. I bring that one down just a little bit. And I know that there's like greens, like there's some trees that still, their leaves, they're falling, they still have a little bit of green tint to them, but let's see. I said gray, right? Right. Ouch. I stabbed myself. Yeah, it does give it a more cohesive look. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if I just intend for, like, when I open up the insert and I go through it, I want everything to look the same. That might just be a me thing. Oh, also I did not do my little shading over here. Gotta stay consistent. All right, leaves. What colors do I have left? I have a purple and I'm going to grab a different color from my stash of colors I've already used. Okay, hang tight for just a second. I'm going to do something. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go run and do something real quick. Look at, see, my go-to color. This apricot. I don't know why it's my go-to color, but it's my go-to color. Darker gray. The wind is going to start blowing today, so it means I'll have more leaves down on the ground that don't belong to any tree that I have in my yard. Put in that stem. And I'm going to have to start moving my markers back to the other side because there's so many of them. And sticker sheet for Saturday. Last color. All right, let's see. Let's take out all the ones that I know I'm not going to be eating right this second. Put them back over here. We can add our Sunday sticker on here. And then that journal sheet, I will have used every single sticker. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I have a navy blue behind. So I'll use that one and maybe a brown. That will be pretty. All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to grab this and going to use, where's my blue pen? There it is. This. Funny that the last two ones would be blue, but I think what I'm going to do first is before I color that in, I'm going to Well, I don't know which one of it. There we go. I'm going to add the stem on this because it's a navy blue color that I grabbed for the last background, and so I want it to, I don't want to color over it and then have to color on top. Another maple leaf for my Canadian friends. Again, I'm sorry for the shake, and I know you guys aren't getting it as much as I'm feeling it. Color in this dark brown color, which I used up there, it looks like. Oh well. Different colors to match together. I had this thing like where I went through like everything in my closet was blue and brown. Everything in my closet was blue and brown. And then like a couple of pops of gold because my school colors were blue and gold. So that was pretty much like, I don't know, that was a weird a weird era in my life. Almost there. Almost done with this layout. This one took me a long time, so if you guys stuck around with me for the duration, thank you for hanging out with me for a hot minute. This one took me a bit to color and put together, so thank you for hanging out with me if you stuck with it this whole time. Here we go. Nice navy blue color. Love navy blue. I love how dark and rich it is. I like all those gem tones like forest green and burgundy. You know, fall colors. We've already talked about this. But something about those jewel tones in the dark colors speaks to me. Almost there, friends. Almost got this one done. I will not make you sit and watch me color the border, though. I will figure out what I'm going to do for that, and then I will complete it, and you guys will see it all finished on Monday. And like this. All right, I do feel it needs a little bit of white, so let me do that really quickly. adding some white in here just kind of gives it a little bit of highlight, shadow type thing, and it doesn't necessarily even need to be like a specific in a specific area. Just adding little shades of the color in here helps to bring out the natural colors of the leaves. And almost there. It helps that my pen actually skips some too, because then it really does look kind of legit. Sometimes it's frustrating though, because I want it to be in a straight line and I don't want it to be like skippy, but for this particular purpose it's almost better that it is a little skippy. All right, you guys, there you have it. There is our finished layout for this week. Again, I will go and color off the edges so that you can see those, but that's it, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday, an amazing weekend, and I'll see you back here for Card Sketch Weekend on Friday and Saturday.